There's a monastery hidden in the mountains of Tibet where monks don't struggle with procrastination, not because they're superhuman, not because they have perfect willpower, but because they discovered something so simple, so devastatingly effective, that once you understand it, procrastination becomes physically impossible. I'm about to share this principle with you, and in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to completely rewire the way you think about getting things done. By the end of this video, you'll understand why willpower has been failing you, and you'll have a system that makes action automatic. But first, let me tell you about a man who was once the world's worst procrastinator. His name was Tenshin. At 23, he arrived at Tashilhunpo Monastery broken, defeated, and desperate. He'd failed out of university, lost 3 jobs, destroyed relationships. Every morning, he'd wake up with grand plans: exercise, study, build something meaningful. Every night, he'd collapse into bed having done nothing but scroll, distract himself, and hate who he'd become. The head monk, Master Dorje, looked at him with eyes that had seen 1,000 young men just like him. "You think your problem is laziness," Dorje said. "You think you lack discipline. You're wrong. Your problem is that you're making too many decisions." Tenshin didn't understand. He thought discipline meant making the right decisions consistently. "That's exactly why you fail," Dorje replied. "Every decision costs energy. Every choice drains willpower. The procrastinator makes 100 decisions before lunch and wonders why they have no strength left to do what matters." Then Dorje showed him something that would change everything. "In this monastery," Dorje explained, "we wake at 4:47 a.m., not 4:45, not 5, exactly 4:47. Do you know why?" Tenshin shook his head. "Because when the time is specific, there's no room for negotiation. Your mind cannot bargain with 4:47. But around 5? That's an invitation for your brain to argue. Maybe 5:15 would be better. Maybe after just one more sleep cycle." This was the first principle: eliminate negotiation through absolute precision. The monk continued, "When the bell rings at 4:47, you don't ask yourself if you want to get up. The question never enters your consciousness. Your feet touch the floor before your mind realizes it had a choice. This is what we call the predetermined response." Tenshin began to understand. Every moment of procrastination started with a micro-decision. Should I do this now or later? Do I feel like it? Maybe just 5 more minutes? "We remove those moments entirely," Dorje said. "Here's how it works. Step 1. The fixed protocol. For the next 30 days, Tenshin would follow an unbreakable sequence. No variations, no exceptions, no listening to his body or going with the flow. 4:47 am, feet hit floor. Walk directly to meditation hall. 5 a.m. Meditation begins. Lasts exactly 45 minutes. 5:45 a.m. Cold water cleansing. 6 a.m. First work period. 90 minutes of predetermined task. 7:30 a.m. Breakfast. "But what if I'm sick? What if I didn't sleep well?" Tenshin asked. "Then you do it tired," Dorje said flatly. "The protocol doesn't care about your feelings. That's precisely why it works." Step 2. The night before declaration. Every evening at 8 p.m., Tenshin wrote down exactly what he would work on during his morning session. Not, "I'll study," but, "I will transcribe pages 47 to 52 of the Dhammapada Sutra, copying each character precisely as written." The task was so specific that when 6 a.m. arrived, there was no decision to make. No, "What should I work on?" No, "Maybe I'll do this other thing instead." Just execution. Step 3. The countdown launch. When the work period arrived, Tenshin learned to count backward from 5. At 0, his hand moved to begin the task whether his mind was ready or not. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. The body moved before the brain could interfere. "But sometimes I just don't feel like it," Tenshin protested during the first week. "Of course you don't," Dorje said with a slight smile. "You're not supposed to feel like it. Feeling like it is irrelevant. This is the disease of the modern world, believing that motivation must precede action. It's backward. Action creates motivation, not the other way around." The first week was torture. Every morning, Tenshin's mind screamed at him. Every cell in his body begged to stay in bed just a little longer, to skip just this once, to start tomorrow instead. On day 4, he broke. He stayed in bed past 4:47. When he finally rose at 6:30, he felt a shameful relief. "I needed the rest," he told himself. Master Dorje was waiting for him at breakfast. He said nothing, just looked at him with profound disappointment. "I was tired," Tenshin explained. "My body needed—" "Your body needed nothing," Dorje interrupted, his voice harder than stone. "Your mind tricked you, and you listened. Now the voice that convinced you to break the protocol is stronger. Tomorrow it will be louder. Next week it will be impossible to resist. You fed the demon that destroys you." Tenshin felt the truth of it in his bones. That small surrender had made the next one easier. "Begin again," Dorje said, "but understand this. The pain you feel at 4:47 a.m. isn't the pain of discipline. It's the death scream of your procrastination. It knows it's dying, so it fights hardest right before it dies. Push through 5 more days, just 5, and you'll see." On day 12, something shifted. Tenshin's eyes opened at 4:46 a.m., 1 minute before the bell. His body was already preparing to move. When 4:47 arrived, he was walking toward the meditation hall before he'd fully processed being awake. By week 3, the protocol had become invisible. He didn't think about it anymore. His hands simply began the task at 6 a.m., the way they'd automatically bring food to his mouth at mealtime. The action required no decision, no willpower, no mental energy whatsoever. "This is what people mistake for discipline," Dorje explained. "They see someone who wakes early, works hard, never procrastinates, and they think, that person has incredible willpower. They don't understand. That person has eliminated the need for willpower entirely. They've built a machine that runs on its own." By day 30, Tenshin had transcribed 14 texts, mastered 3 meditation techniques, rebuilt his body, but more importantly, he'd rebuilt something in his mind. The voice that used to negotiate, bargain, and convince him to delay, that voice had gone silent. Other monks started noticing. "There's something different about you," they said. "You have this intensity. It's almost scary." It wasn't intensity, it was the absence of internal conflict. While others wasted energy battling themselves, Tenshin simply acted. No hesitation, no resistance, no gap between intention and execution. He'd become what Master Dorje called a non-negotiable. Now I'm going to ask you something. You've watched this video because some part of you knows you're capable of more. Some part of you is tired of the cycle, the plans you don't execute, the goals that stay dreams, the constant disappointment in yourself. You've tried motivation, you've tried inspiration, you've made promises to yourself that you've broken 1,000 times. Here's what I want you to do. For the next 7 days, just 7, I want you to build one fixed protocol, not 10 habits, not a complete life overhaul, one single unbreakable sequence. Here's mine. Every morning at 6 a.m. exactly, I count backward from 5, and at 0, I begin writing, for exactly 90 minutes. No phone, no email, no checking, just one thing. The timer starts, and I write until it ends. No negotiation, no exceptions. Choose your time, choose your task. Make it specific enough that a robot could execute it. Write it down, and then, for 7 days, become a non-negotiable. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Those are the whispers of the demon that's kept you stuck. In 7 days, you'll either be someone who destroyed their procrastination, or you'll be someone who almost did. The only difference is what you do at your chosen time tomorrow morning. Master Dorje had one final thing he told Tenshin before he left the monastery. Most people die having never discovered what they were capable of. Not because they lacked potential, but because they never stopped negotiating with themselves long enough to find out. Don't be most people. Start tomorrow. Become unbreakable. And if you want more systems like this ancient principles that destroy modern weakness, then join this journey. Subscribe. Because every week, I'm bringing you one more key to unlocking the discipline that others will call scary. The choice is yours. But remember, even choosing when to start is a negotiation, and negotiations are how procrastination wins. See you tomorrow at your chosen time, or not.